Yeah,
Oh, wow,
barely
Universe.
teleporting
Jeez.
out. Was so close. He got dusted up, so his Shadow Blade was not offering him an escape. The Vortex was luckily for him on cooldown still. Close. Very close. In the meantime, I mean, everybody is still farming. The gold graph is still slightly in favor of EG. I mean, they have been able to get most of the kills. The towers are even at this point. It comes slow, actually. Blow your brain still with those face boots. Gonna be fast enough to get away, though. Didn't even need to use his drum charges for that one. But EG slightly in favor of both experience and gold, but it's not that big of a difference. Blow your brain, not going for MSS, they're open wounding him, he wants to go for maybe a familiar first. A lot of people coming in for VirtusPro though, looking for a target, but maybe they can find Jo. Yeah, they should be able to. Paralyzing cask already coming out, vacuum back. Hookshot comes in though, MSS, freezing field from Fog from the tree line. And that's gonna be Jo still dead. The death ward there coming off from the Witch Doctor, but is it enough? In comes a black hole, it catches two. Fear, MSS. Fear already dead. Nice Darkseer wall in the middle of everybody as MSS goes down as well. 4 for 1 thus far. Universe the only one surviving for now, but he gets smoked up. Do they have any way of stopping him from teleporting? No, they don't. No, they don't. Universe lives.
Oh, man.
Barely.
That's what I was afraid of. I mean, that team fight potential coming out from VP, like, you just don't have enough push in order to stop them from getting their items. And they don't even have their initiating tools, right? They picked up an early mech on Enigma, which is smart. But you're still going to see a Blink Dagger before EG can possibly push in and tier 3s and try and take a Rax. You're still going to see a Blink Dagger up on Enigma, possibly even a BKB. Storm Spirit's going to get out of control with probably a Scythe of Ice being picked up. You're going to have that disable, and Lifestealer obviously is going to get huge and have Basher and that sort of things. And that's going to make team fights extremely hard for EG. I honestly don't see how that they can turn all this ganking potential into an actual win.
Yeah, I mean, if you're thinking about the wombo combo that VirtusPro has, it is insane. Lifestealer infested into Storm, Blink Dagger in from both Enigma and the Darkseer, Vacuum into Black Hole, into Darkseer Wall, into Death Ward, and then Ball Lightning in Infest out, and everybody dies. I mean, it's just so scary, and if you then comparing that to the teamfight of EG, I mean, they have some, as, wow, that hookshot actually hit up on his teammate from MSS, Blow Your Brain making himself Scarseer on the bottom lane. But the teamfight of EG, they definitely have some teamfight. I mean, Fog has been doing work with that freezing field. He definitely has. Vortex. G. Looking for Jo. Jo, no way that he is going to live through that one. There we go. But Fog is basically the only big teamfight that EG really has. Combining up with the Clockwork Cogs, of course, and maybe Nature's Prophet Ultimate, they have to get that those ganks going. If they can't get the ganks, then how are they gonna win a fight? As we saw, the previous fight that they won was because of the gank on the Lifestealer. Without the Lifestealer, without the Storm, they could take VirtusPro's fight. But otherwise, no.
Yep, well, at least they're going to be able to secure themselves Roshan most of the time. Storm Spirit actually may be able to spy this one out. Oh god, he sees it.
It's gonna be too late though. Ricky already with the Aegis.
Yeah, and Smokescreen's such a deterrent for that sort of thing.
Yeah, and actually, Hex up for the Storm. They want to go for it. It looks like they might be able to pick him up. One more Ball Lightning away. He lives. He runs. He survives. Lifestealer, they didn't even try to go for him. He's able to make it out as well. That was so close. But because he used a Smokescreen in the Roche Pit, he didn't have it up anymore to try and throw it over G. Close. Too close.
Yeah, I'm very close. And EG really needed that pick off really, really badly. Gold lead's about to be in favor of VP. Experience lead is already. So, I mean Furion and Riki can go late game. They can. They're powerful damage dealers, but I really see Lifestealer, Storm Spirit, Enigma, and Darkseer to be able to back them up. You just have so much potential out of that VP lineup that I don't know how EG is going to be able to take this in the late game, and they don't have the power to end the game now, so maybe DD can turn this into a kill.
Well, perhaps. G, under the smoke screen, he comes shooting first. Yeah, not even needed, I think. That double damage rune really did some work. And the Diffusal Blade, of course, taking G such a long time to get away from that smoke screen. That was all that was needed. Oh, sentry ward there. Fear has to be careful. Blow your brain. He has got an MKB, by the way, so smoke screens don't really hurt him anymore in terms of missed chance, which is a big deal.
Smart pickup, but they're laying this trap.
Yeah, he's trying to bait something out. Fear. Do they have some kind of smoke? Because he's gonna run out of range. Then comes the smoke.
God.
Universe first target. Paralyzing cast is gonna happen, but it's only gonna be catching one. Black hole catches two though. Fear. He is gonna be the next one to go down. Fogged. Open wounds for him. He'll be taken down before Fear's back up. His age is burned, but in comes MSS trying to save the day. Arsart will still get taken down. Blow your brain. Tries to turn it around, but in comes an RC roll. The Cogs. MSS actually standing in that wall, getting picked up. Blow your brain. Double kill. Looking for Jo. Open wounds up again. He tries to reach his target. Can't get it though with those familiar stunts. In comes the kill in the end still with Enigma buying back. Arsart looking for a target, looking for a Universe. Doesn't have detection. Now he does. Universe teleporting out though. That was actually, you could have gotten that. Good fight for VirtusPro. Buyback, I'm not sure if it was really necessary, but nonetheless, it worked out for him. For his team.
Yep, unfortunately, when they get initiated on, when EG is not able to do the initiating, their combo, right? They need to be able to lead with Clockwork, hit the cogs, and on an important hero like Lifestealer. Like Lifestealer would be the best possible option there, but it needs to be followed up by Riki jumping in with a smoke screen, and then they could just mash down the Lifestealer very, very quickly. Even with Monkey King Bar, like Lifestealer will be able to do damage back, but he won't be able to rage up. He won't be able to do much else.
Teleporting in for this one, Hex, and it's enough.
Oh man,
so close. I mean, you have to consider that Storm Spirit. He tries to make it out under the smokescreen. That's basically his window, and he just can't make it. It's like a bad dream when you're running towards a door and you just can't reach it. Sorry. Wow. Yes, I just said that. Some people have those kind of dreams. It's very frustrating. Blink Dagger up for Enigma, so there's some more initiation power for them. Even though they have already got quite a bit already with the Storm Spirit being there, of course.
Maybe. I mean, VP... I don't know. VP, they're not even trying to... Again, they're playing this very calm, cool, and collected, and they're not pushing in, they're not grouping up too much. They know that they could just continue to farm. They're making sure that they can respond to any sort of Riki ganks. They always have counters up somewhere. But for the most part, they're not making any errors. They're just continuing to farm up. They know they've got this. It's pretty well secured in the late game. The pressure is on EG, and it doesn't look like EG is really using the pressure to be able to perform. They're really far behind in gold and experience. Riki is not looking to be the carry that we hoped him to be. With just a BKB and a Fusel, he's not very far ahead.
Yeah, now a Gem of Truth set up for Enigma, so that means that Fear just hard countered with that gem. On top of that, I mean, I was mentioning earlier that perhaps split pushing could be an answer for EG, but with the Lifestealer, with Boots of Travel, I mean, he's just gonna counter push, and you're not gonna be as safe. I mean, not even Lifestealer with Boots of Travel, but of course Storm Spirit already a hard counter towards that Nature's Prophet. It's such a difficult situation for EG to be in again, and I mean, with VirtusPro playing nothing like the VirtusPro of a month ago, which is when they were still pretty aggressive, balls to the wall kind of team. How is EG gonna turn this around? That would be my question to you.
A lot of pickoffs, and unfortunately that's not what's happening. Instead, Universe is going down.
Yep. What do you think of the Witch Doctor pick? I mean, he's nice, and he works well together with the Black Hole. But I feel like this could have been any other support, and it still worked out well.
Yeah, it could have. It definitely could have been pretty much any other support. But there's a lot of synergy, not just the Black Hole, but also the Darkseer with a vacuum being thrown down gives good opportunities for really good casts. So in that regard, he's a much more powerful mid-game support. He's not the greatest in lane. Like he's better than some other potential supports. But he isn't the best, right? Cask usually isn't that effective in lane, but he really makes up for it in the damage he can output in the mid game and the potential really good stun durations he can get with a good Cask when you've got some sort of ability like Vacuum to be able to make enemies group up.
Yeah, we almost got a side the Vice up for Light of Heaven, by the way. He is going to be the one that's the first one on VirtusPro's team to get that. Of course, Nature's Prophet already had that for a while. Nature's Prophet, who's seemingly trying to build for the Fusel Blade. Not the Fusel Blade, Desolator rather. There's a small chance he's going for BKB, but I really think that the Desolator is going to be one that he needs. I mean, still the... What was that? Still the potential to split push. I mean, they just need to have that. There's just... That's their hope. Pickoffs and split push. So you need to build towards that. You need to hope that it can still work out. Hope that your team can keep maybe Storm Spirit rather and Lifestealer busy so that Nature's Prophet can make some work on a tier 2 tower. And by the way, tier 2 towers, every single tier 2 tower of the game still standing. Looks like VirtusPro might want to change that though, with the tier 2 on the bottom lane being under siege too. Welcome back.
Well, at the very least, they're going to try and force some pick off here with the Naked Bomb. They haven't done it too often. For the most part, they've actually just let Lifestealer farm.
Yeah, it worked out though. I mean, he's highest farmed hero on the map still. He has actually bought a BKB, Lifestealer that is. That means that he has a Rage and a BKB. Good luck with that. We are going to see a fight though. Storm Spirit zips himself in, looks for a target, gets hexed up. And actually might drop. Yes, he does. Fear still jumps himself out. BKB's turned on all around. Can they actually make this happen? NS is gonna go down. MSS will drop as well. Forces himself towards the safe side. Black Hole comes out, but doesn't really do that much. It looks to be a fight going the way of EG. Fear looking for a target, looking for Arsat. Can he actually catch up? He might be able to. It is, yeah, teleport out, blink strike forward. It's enough. The backstab is there, and it's only Lifestealer that lives through all that. And they keep the tower. They only lose a Crystal Maiden, and oh my god, that storm got picked up so fast. That Hex made all the difference.
Oh, absolutely, and this is exactly why VP was not pushing in. It's much harder to hit a black hole aggressively. Defense is the best possible play for Enigma. He's able to hit black holes much easier when you're being initiated on. It's just a much harder game pushing in. It's why BP took so long farming up and never really was going for anything big. So I think that was a mistake, but at the same time, I think they were kind of testing their opponents to see how far ahead they exactly were. If they could take a tier 2 and start taking some good team fights. But I think they definitely got their answer. That team fight obviously was probably pretty much the worst it could go with the instant sheep coming out on the Storm Spirit. But I don't think that those team fights could have gone much better going into a tier 2 like that. And now EG, they have a really good chance, especially with the Roshan being taken down. With Roshan coming up soon, that was a really bad idea by VP, I think.
Yeah, and that will be a cheese going the way of EG as well. I still think that maybe if G was able to turn on his BKB earlier, it might have been a better go. I mean, then no Hex, then Storm lives, and he can do things that he wanted. He can actually help his team, and that BKB could have made a world of difference, but we're never gonna find out. Fear, he's gonna walk in right into the claws of Blurbrain. That's the Aegis already gone, so at least they forced that one out. Of course, there's still a cheese up in EG. They cannot take Fear down again, though. That's just too risky. Because the black hole is on cooldown. Everything's basically on cooldown, and EG knows that. So forcing out a fight there is not going to be something that they want to do.
Yeah, and now the next thing that Evil Geniuses, like their next big opening is two big items that are going to be really, really key here. Furion being able to pick up Desolator, which means he could do a lot more damage when he split pushes to towers, and if they do get the right pickoffs, if they do actually win a team fight, he could potentially take a rest. And the other one is for the team fights, it's going to be Riki picking up an Abyssal. He's already got a Basher, so he's well on his way, but he needs that sort of lockdown going up against a Lifestealer. He just cannot man-fight that Lifestealer, so he really needs that Disable to be able to go through Rage. So that's going to be the other really big part of Evil Genius's lineup. Those two things could potentially turn the game around for them, especially since Lifestealer doesn't have an Abyssal of his own. So fighting melee versus melee, even though Lifestealer right now with the MKB has a huge advantage, the Abyssal will actually put the advantage in Fear's favor.
Oh, zip in, Fear. G finds him, BKB's turned on, looking for targets, MSS tries to help out, and it looks to be the target himself, force-stabs himself out of the cogs, and that's gonna be nobody dying here today. Paralyzing cast still being very annoying, but no one dies here in the dire jungle. even though VirtusPro is really looking for it. I mean, they smoked up, but MSS saves the day. Good
And I
kick
love
by
this,
him.
I love this BKB picked up on Blow Your Brain. That is just very, very rare item to be seen on Lifestealer. But it is considerably strong. He knows that he has to be magic immune, or else he is quickly going to go down to things like Smokescreen, or even small stuff like Battery Assault on Clockwork. It's really, really obnoxious. So he really needs that BKB, but he's going to pay for it if Fear can get that Abyssal. I mean, he obviously just will not care about that magic immunity. If he can lead with that initial bash, activating Abyssal, and then getting behind the Lifestealer and just... I mean, he's got a lot of attack speed here. It's very conceivable that he could just keep him permabashed from there on out.
Ooh, there's a sentry up the high ground. Fear walking past, seeing that VirtusPro is busy here, going for R-Start, going for an S. Can he take them both down? Mechanism comes out. That's a double kill for Fear already. G, now locked in cogs, turns on his BKB, he is gonna be okay for the moment, goes for MSS, who turns on his Blade Mill, BKBs for, like, seriously, we're seeing 5 BKBs here alone. G can't get any kills anymore, he actually gets defusal, he goes down, ultra kill for Fear, can he make it a Rampage? Blow Your Brain, he doesn't have his BKB, he doesn't have his Rage, Rampage coming out for Fear's Ricky Maru. That is gonna be 5-0, and we are gonna move on to game 3. That's a GG right there. I really did. Well,
what?
I think that's a too early GG. I think that's too early.
I didn't have buybacks.
They had buyback on Lifestealer, on Darkseer, on Enigma, on the Witch Doctor. Only Storm couldn't buy back.
What? Alright. BP apparently just got to that game.
They just wanted to have another one.
Whatever, let's go.
I mean, it doesn't really matter for them for their scores anymore, because they're not going to make it to the playoffs of the Dota2 Champions League, which is what you're watching, because they're lowest in the group, so they just want to play more Dota. I don't blame them, because I like to watch more Dota, and we like to watch more Dota, so we are going to jump ourselves into Game 3 of this best of 3 for the Dota2 Champions League, EG versus VirtusPro. Who is going to come out victorious? We're going to find out. Stick around.